Hello, I'm Steve Holland, and I'm here to help instructors better prepare a course syllabus. I hope you find these few tips useful. One thing students want to know is whether or not the course is self-paced. That is, can that student move through the course himself or herself at his or her own pace? Or must that student work as part of a group, all students together moving through the course at the same time? Explaining when content is made available helps students to efficiently utilize their time. Instructors should consider providing background information about themselves. Such things as degrees, school attended, and dates of graduations are obvious notes that can be included. However, also consider adding materials such as hobbies that you enjoy or activities that you find very fun. This is a very good thing to do to get students to feel like they know you, and consider using or inserting a photo or perhaps a video about some activity. Course test sites. Students will want to know whether or not they can take tests all online within the course, or must they at times come to a proctored test site location. Telling students this up front helps that student to plan. A statement of communication. This means that students will want to know how they can reach you, which is an obvious, and how long it will take for you to respond to the students. Give yourself a challenge, say 24 hours or 48 hours, perhaps longer on weekends and holidays, but let that student know that you are working to return questions and phone calls. The syllabus should also include what required textbooks. That's an obvious, but sometimes instructors will leave off the ISBN. A photo of the textbook is also very helpful. Please also include in the syllabus all videotapes, audio tapes, lab supplies, and non-textbook information that is useful. And tell the students whether or not he or she must have a new textbook. Sometimes supplemental materials is not made available any longer with a used textbook purchase. Explain to students your course procedures. For example, how will you assess projects, group work, discussion threads. If you're using discussion threads, how many classmates must be contacted and what are your deadlines? This helps to set the rules of the road to enhance the outcomes of those discussion threads and give them more quality. Student support. Provide the students with information regarding how they can receive help, both academically and technically. Most likely, many of the students will come to you first as an instructor. Guide that student back to the appropriate place, such as a help desk site for technical help. This helps that future technical help person to not only resolve the immediate problem, but also future problems. And in addition, if there are such academic issues that students need to know about as to how to access an online tutor, do so here. Help yourself to avoid some of these questions by anticipating them up front. Students with special needs should be encouraged to advise the instructor of any health-related or physical problems that require special arrangement, such as more time needed on a test, or perhaps helping the student to access a reader of information if that student has vision problems. A process for doing so should be provided to that student. The course netiquette. This is a made-up word, of course, netiquette, but giving the student information about what is condoned and what is not acceptable behavior up front helps to avoid these problems later. Students must, of course, work collaboratively with each other and respect each other as good citizens. A website for information and language is presented below. Provide an overview of the course topics and what you want the students to achieve in this course. Give them a list of learning objectives that will be things that the students are expected to learn. In addition, consider providing a summary of each lecture. It can be just a paragraph, but this also can be very helpful as you announce to students the upcoming lecture. You can cut and paste this material from the syllabus into the announcement. Provide information on general policies that you have. For example, what is your policy for late work? Extra credit if you have it. Etiquette expectations again, academic integrity or honesty statements. Do you use a tool, a plagiarism tool, to catch cheating? This should be included in the instructions to the students. And communication policy statements such as, will you accept email? Will you participate in threaded discussions, chat rooms if you have them in the course, and online exams? What is it that you will do, deadlines to help the students to achieve? Providing students a course schedule is a must. This has a schedule of all course activities and assignments, and be sure to list all deadlines for all these activities and assignments, and how assignments are to be completed or submitted to you, the instructor. Will you complete these assignments in the course Dropbox, which is typical of online courses? May they email you the assignment, or is there some other specialized process they must go through to complete their submission process? Grading assessments. What are the grading assessments that you have for the students? Your plan should have enough details so the student understands how he or she can achieve and plan the items that they must address, perhaps some of them with extra effort. Providing students a value percentage of grade for each submission is also a must. And in your grading scale, will you have pluses and minuses? And how many points or percentage marks must I have to achieve that grade that I'm looking for? Do you have an incomplete grading policy? If so, what is the criteria needed to gain an incomplete for the student? Providing a sample rubric is also very helpful to the student. Giving the students consistent feedback is very, very useful, that they know they'll be graded consistently from student to student. As well as, particularly early in the course, a rubric has the power to help the student to do better on future assignments if the detail is sufficient enough to guide the students in so doing. These are just a few tips in helping you to more effectively prepare a syllabus. I hope you have found them helpful.